This is Andre Banks coming today for Banks Credit Chat, discussing drive time. Now, drive time came to my radar, I should say. A family member mentioned that they were looking into drive time to utilize them because they're struggling with their credit and really didn't have that much to put for a down payment. So they wanted to use drive time because, of course, you see all the commercials and they make the process seem easy as you can, as pumpkin pie. That's the best way to explain it. But with that, and they have a lot of actually positive reviews. These are just a couple of things I just want you to be aware of with anything when has a lot of advertising, a lot of money spent to get you inside the doors. Drive time provides a service, and it's typically for people who have really struggling credit to bad credit, and people are not aware of the interest rates that could be charged because they are providing this service to that select population. Interest rates could be extremely high. It's quoted sometimes, I've seen even high as 20, 22%, which sounds ridiculous, but there is some cases for that. They do have, and they do have a good customer service aspect. So they do try to, if you give them a negative rating, they do try to combat it and, say, we're sorry for your experience. But I just want you to be really aware of anything promoting such easiness, and especially dealing with credit, you should be aware of that. There's an old adage that says there's just for car salesmen is ass in seats. Well, drive time kind of they should make that their slogan because they get anyone inside a car. It's just at what terms and what payment you're going to be looking for to do that. So just keep that, to be mindful. I'm not going to make this video too long. It's just that it came under my radar because I had a couple of family members who have, credit issues and down payment issues. We're looking at something and they needed a car. With cars, the inventory for cars being so low, they're competing with every other car dealership out there. I also want to in mind, I'm kind of jumbling around a little bit, but that keep this also in mind that with the low inventory, cars have problems, especially used cars. So not only if you might be paying a high interest rate, or if you don't have any credit, you may be paying a higher down payment. You're going to have to deal with eventually down the line a car issue. Something could go bad, and do offer a limited warranty. I think the warranty was only like 1,500 miles. Because again, their job is to get someone in the car, regardless of their credit standing and where they are. They try to improve everyone. With that being said, it's not too much of a complete negative video about them. It's just that because their ratings are high and they even on the consumer affairs. It's just these are the other things that you're not aware of when you're going inside there. Down payments could be as high as $3,000 to $5,000. Interest rates can go as high as 22%. I've heard, and even if it's not as that high, it's still going to be a much higher interest rate than you would normally come across because they're providing a service to a select population. The best thing to do is to always try to improve your credit score to give you the best selection of cars, best interest rates, and the best overall experience. So for drive time, pros are, hey, if you're struggling with credit or have terrible credit and limited resources, and especially if you have bad credit and you have maybe some extra cash, drive time might be an option. On the flip side, because it's an option for those who have had credit in that process, your interest rates will be a lot higher. Cars are living, breathing things. They do need to be serviced from times, and the used car that they're providing more than likely will have an issue going down the line. Not intentionally, it's just cars have issues, especially used cars over time. And you have to have extra money to pay that, in addition to having the monthly payment they require, high interest rate that they're more likely to have, and you're just not aware of these different factors because we function, especially in this day and age, you're not really paying a lot of attention to the details. Details are extremely important. Customer service is excellent at drive time from my experience. They answer your questions. They don't really have a strong haggle policy with you because the representatives there try to make it as easy as possible. And I would expect them to, especially if you're dealing with a population who has very limited resources and really bad credit, and they're trying to get into our side of the car. And with cars being, the supply issues that we're dealing with, cars being such a mandatory thing for people to drive by and people want, they can really tap into that market and provide what's best suited for not to be something negative in it, what's best suited for them and making the highest profit margins they can. So just be aware of that when you're dealing with drive time. Not saying it's a bad service. Got a lot of consumer reviews. People just need to be aware of what they're getting into when they're dealing with such a service that's and such a high visible entity where you see commercials constantly and making it easy as possible. So if this video has been any value to you, please subscribe, leave some comments. Until my next video for Banks Credit Check, I'm out.